Okay, good morning. I'm going to show you how to draw an apple. What I did is I made a copy, black and white, as you can see. And what I am going to create is a grid. You see those little lines there? Well, the easy way to do it is to fold your paper in half, then in half again. And then when you open it, you'll have the crease lines on your paper, okay? So what I did is I took a T-square and I made my lines so that I knew where I was going. And I took a pencil and I drew my lines first. I came in here and I drew my apple. So I followed my grid. So here I know I have a letter V, right? So I'm gonna come in here. That line I'm gonna erase, that doesn't go there. So I'm gonna come here and come all the way to this line. We're gonna come outside of the grid here. And then to the next square over here. And then to the next square, we're gonna come in here and then come down. See this little area here? So now we have an apple. We got basically a round shape of an apple. Now what I'm gonna do, and this line here we can erase later. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow these little lines here. See how this is kind of like a little circle and a V coming down? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and follow that letter V right here. See that? And we have a line coming outside of this line here. See that? So I'm gonna come and follow that line and give us some little open lines here. I'm gonna put a little seed in here. Now to do the other half, what I'm doing is I'm gonna fold it in half and I'm gonna come here a little bit below this line and go to my next square. See that? And from here, I'm gonna come out of my square and then come down. And then see how there's a little corner here? That's gonna be that little corner here. So we're gonna leave a little opening there and come all the way down. And we have more or less the shape. Now from here down, we know that we only have one little square here and it stops here. Come down and we have half an apple. Now I'm gonna flip it over so we can get the other half. And we're gonna just come out here and do a little circle here. And in between the two little lines, I'm gonna put another little seed. And then this is gonna come all the way down. And this is gonna join right here. On the bottom, this is gonna be a little circular area. Okay, so now we have our apple. But I noticed that here, I'm supposed to go a little bit higher where the line is. So we're gonna do another little line here and have it connect. See that? Here, we're gonna connect this little line here and go around. So this is gonna be like a big C. And we have our apple. See that? Then I'm gonna take my pen and do my little zigzagging so that we can create the shape. And it's gonna go in all different directions. See that? And now that little pencil line has disappeared. I'm gonna come here and do this one. We're gonna have a little curve. This one is gonna be over here. And we know we have a thick little line here. And in the center of the apple, we are going to do zigzags with a Sharpie pen and then go in the opposite direction, and that's what's gonna create a shading line. So coming down to the bottom here, it's gonna be darker, see that? And here it's gonna be a lot lighter. And it's gonna be darker in here. Here it's gonna be totally dark. Now we have a stem. And we have a leaf. See that? On the leaf, we're just gonna zigzag every which way. And that's where the color's gonna be. We need some more grid lines over here. And what happens is that eliminates all your pencil lines. And there's gonna be some of them here. And some of them in here. And I'm just following the picture. So when we come here to the curve of the apple, there's gonna be grid lines coming here. And this here is gonna be really, really dark. So here, these little lines are gonna be a lot darker. See that? This is gonna be really dark in here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my paints. I'm gonna move my plate over here. And I'm gonna start with a little bit of orange, just to give my background a little color, because that's what I wanna create here, is some lights and some darks. And I'm doing some big washes in this area here. And we're gonna come all the way to this side. And see how I'm not putting a lot of paint on there? I just want some little highlights to come out. And that's our orange. So I'm gonna take some of my little light red and come back, and where the corners meet here, it's gonna be darker. See that? And then I'm gonna wash it to the top. So you'll see some highlights in here, some oranges, and do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take a little bit of that brown for the stem and put it in here so that we can shade that area there. And I'm gonna walk my paint out. And I wanna make this area a little bit darker, so I'm gonna take a little bit of my red, and I'm gonna take a little bit of my darker red and come in here and darken this area. Come on the bottom here and do a little shade with the dark. See, and that's it. Now I'm gonna take some of my greens and do my leaf. I'm just gonna put my color in here and take a little bit of my yellow and blend it in there so that I can have a light green coming over here on this side. And voila, we're done.